Some people near retirement end up without friends or social invitations. There's an expression, out of sight, out of mind. This means that once someone leaves their position, they are gradually forgotten by their former workplace. However, if you look closely, you'll notice that some people, even before officially retiring, already find themselves without friends or invitations to social gatherings. From observing such people, we can draw some conclusions both positive and negative. 1. Ordinary employees, retired or not, they are easily overlooked. Take the example of Aunt Lou from our office. Last winter, she invited everyone to a retirement banquet. Out of the dozens of people in the office, only 5 or 6 showed up. If it weren't for a few of her relatives who came to support her, it would have been a very awkward gathering. Even Aunt Lou herself felt embarrassed. Aunt Lou had worked in the support staff, managing the typing room when she was younger, and later handling tasks like cleaning the meeting room and preparing hot water. In over 20 years, she never pursued further education or qualifications. If it weren't for her civil servant status, the company likely would have let her go long ago. In any form of social interaction, there's always an element of mutual benefit. If you have no value to offer, no one will go out of their way for you. During her working years, Aunt Lou didn't hold much influence, so by the time she approached retirement, her significance had diminished to 0. For an organization, people like her are easily replaceable, so when they leave, it doesn't matter much. It's awkward to have someone irrelevant to a group at a gathering sometimes. It's better not to invite them at all. 2. The independent workers, few close colleagues over time. There are also those who prefer to keep to themselves at work, attending only the necessary social events. These people have long been recognized for their independence. Over time, they habitually avoid invitations to eat out, go for walks, or join casual social activities. Human relationships work in a reciprocal way. If you never bother me, I won't go out of my way to bother you. If you don't consider me a friend, I won't consider you one either. After all, relationships require mutual effort. For someone who's nearing retirement and has always been independent, the idea of finally being able to live entirely on their own terms may be a long-awaited goal. Over the years, they may have had a few conversations with colleagues, but as people leave or change jobs, even those exchanges fade away. Independent people often aren't lonely, they simply prioritize their families. Most of their days are spent going home on time to cook dinner and spend time with their children. 3. The semi-retired, already enjoying the retirement lifestyle. In some jobs, people approaching retirement begin to ease into a more relaxed role. In smaller companies, you may still see people in their 50s and 60s working hard up until the day they file their retirement papers. However, in some organizations with more flexible rules, those nearing retirement may already be enjoying a semi-retired lifestyle. I once encountered such a scenario at a large factory. Out of over 1,000 employees, there were 7 or 8 people close to retirement. According to the factory's policy, those within 6 months of retirement didn't need to clock in anymore. Their salaries remained unchanged, though they received fewer bonuses. Management staff within a year of retirement could request to stop coming in, only being called upon for major events. This system, while humane, also led to these near retirees being gradually forgotten. When someone is semi-retired and no longer showing up at work regularly, it's easy for colleagues to forget about them. Any remaining friendships also dwindle because, for many, the relationship was tied to workplace benefits. 4. The unpleasant colleagues, eagerly awaited departure. Then there's the type of person who is disliked by everyone in the office. These people are often selfish, taking things from the office for personal use, like grabbing pens for their grandchildren, or taking home supplies like cups or tea. When the boss is around, they stay late to appear diligent, but the moment the boss leaves, they're out the door. They avoid tough tasks by immediately asking for replacements, and they often take credit for other people's work. These individuals may also bring their entire family to company dinners, taking up an entire table. They might borrow a colleague's car without refueling it, and if turned down, they resort to complaining and cursing. Such behavior reflects poor character, and it irritates everyone. When people like this are nearing retirement, everyone looks forward to their departure, with no feelings of loss. Naturally, they have no real friends because no one wants to get close enough to be manipulated or taken advantage of. Colleagues worry that even during the retirement process, this person might try to cause trouble or leave a mess for others to clean up. 5. A final word of advice: don't mistake colleagues for friends. It's important to remember that colleagues are not necessarily friends. You come together for a common goal, but behind the scenes, there may be competition and conflict. If you invest too much emotionally in workplace relationships, you may end up disappointed and others are only focused on their own interests. It's okay to not have friends or attend social gatherings, but it's crucial not to lose your integrity. You may be leaving the workforce, but your children and grandchildren will still be part of it. If your poor reputation affects their future, the cost could be great. Everything is possible. As retirement approaches, try to take everything lightly and leave a good impression. It may not always benefit you, but it's certainly one hurt. After all, as the saying goes, we should strive to start well and end well.